Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to talk about subqueries or subselect in the MDX query. Okay. Before we go into here, in the previous session, we discussed about the previous session is nothing but class 2, where we discussed on the where clause, how the where clause works in the MDX query. To the extension, so in this class, we are going to cover the subqueries and subselect. Okay. But before we go into the subselect, let's quickly cover that. What is the where clause in MDX? Basically, it's a straightforward and it slices the cube data, right? So instead of scanning your data, entire data, if when you pass the where clause, it will slice the data. On top of that slice data, the rest of the queries will work, and it will do all your report magic. Okay. Similarly, the subquery also it also does same, but I mean it's a bit performance wise it's a bit very slower than where class, but it's a very helpful, especially when we are working on hierarchies. Okay. Because when you working on hierarchies, you cannot use the single attribute in the multiple access of your MDX query. Okay. That's the where your subqueries are more handy. Let's go into details. Okay. Here I have some queries prepared for this demo purpose. Okay. So in here I first statement where I created the where clause. Okay. You can see here. um, I'm trying to fetch the data for 2011 and 12 for different categories. Okay. Now, if I want to display, instead of here, if I want to display uh, year also along with my product category, let's see what will happen. Okay, so here I write this. Okay, and then now execute. Okay, if I execute now, we'll get eventually there. It's saying that calendar year hierarchy already appears in the axis. Okay, axis 1. That means we cannot use this calendar year hierarchy uh, in a single query. Okay. Now how we can fulfill that gap? So that's the where we can use the subquery. So you can see here I have built the subquery here. Okay. In this query you can find first what I'm doing, I'm fetching the data for 2011 and 12. That is nothing but slicing the cube, and on top of it I'm just again executing the outer query along with subquery. Now you can see here you can display the calendar year uh, on the rows. Okay. uh, and also once you use the subquery, even you can do further filter if at all, if it is required. You can use the where clause and you can again further filter your data. Okay. Let me execute all of them in one shot so that see the results between the subquery and where class. Okay. Let me take out here the year because it won't work. Yeah, we are using the where class, and now let me remove this one also. Okay, now here I also add the product category along with my years. Okay, now let me execute these two queries. Okay. uh, I use the go statement to execute these two statements in one shot. Already explained in other video how this go works. Please go through the my videos libraries and see how this go works. Okay, in between the MDX queries. Now let me execute this. Okay, there is a problem. Oh, there is one more query on the top. Let me remove that query too and then execute. Now you can see here the results are fetched. um, in the first query we get only the category wise information. Second query though, so we filter out the data for 2011 and 12. At the same time we also display the data, the calendar year under the along with my product category. Now to compare the numbers, dollar revenue numbers between the two queries, let me restrict the data to only 2011. Okay, now you can see here we get the same numbers for the two queries. Okay, yeah, you can compare it here, right? So this is how the subquery works. Especially it's very handy, as I mentioned, when you build when you're working with hierarchies to display those access many time. uh, it's very helpful. The second thing is when you have a huge complex queries where you need to write a lot of calculation on your query, first it's always better to slice the data and bring the whatever the chunk of the data that we need, and on top of it we can write the calculation. So that way the query performance will be improved. This is about subquery in this class. In the next class I'm going to discuss about the members. Okay, until that, thank you.